But we're going to get to your charts in a second. But there is something that is so deeply fascinating about the state of the economy and America's perception of the economy and just how much disinformation can actually move Americans. That it's the whole, are you going to believe me or your lying eyes? They believe their lying eyes. Americans, front page of the New York Times, Americans say the economy is bad. Their spending begs to differ. A disconnect looms in the psyche of voters. We've been talking about this for a while, and the New York Times obviously stealing your idea on charts, and we really need to talk to them about that. But they have charts showing just how well the economy is doing, and yet the disinformation coming from certain news sources driving those numbers way down because, of course, if you have Republicans who are making more money than they've ever made in their lives and they're watching certain news networks, they're going to tell pollsters and everybody else, oh, the economy's doing horribly, when in fact, about 80% of Americans say their situation's pretty good right now.
Yeah, Joe, look, we've talked about that before, and there's definitely a disconnect in the economy. People say their situations are good, but nonetheless, as you know, the approval ratings for the handling of the economy, right track, wrong track numbers, looks out into the future about where they think things are going, are all pretty deeply pessimistic. But along the way, they're spending money and actually doing better with inflation coming down, as I can show you here in the context of Thanksgiving and the holiday shopping.
Mm-hmm. I'd love to see that.
So let's take a look at the cost of a Thanksgiving this year. So 72% of Americans, according to a recent survey, thought the cost of Thanksgiving would actually be higher this year. In fact, the cost of Thanksgiving, according to the Farm Bureau, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, is going to come down slightly. It's going to go from $64.05 last year to $61.17 this year. That may sound low to those of us who live in cities, but that is the national average. Now, in fairness, we did have a run-up in the kind of COVID era. It was down as low as $49. But still, this is good news, probably to your point, a surprise to Americans who think prices are just going up. Another way to look at this is in terms of how much work you have to do to pay for that $61.17 Thanksgiving. And the answer is less work than any year in modern history, except for the 3 around COVID. It took 2 hours and 40 minutes to pay for of work to pay for Thanksgiving back here. We're down to 2 hours and 6 minutes at the moment. Mm-hmm. So again, relative to what people are making, Thanksgiving is getting less expensive.
Okay, so you are able to buy the meal, maybe, but then you still got to get there if you're visiting your family. What are you finding in terms of travel costs? So
that's another pleasant surprise people will have, which is that travel costs have come down a lot. Obviously, gasoline spiked, very upsetting to Americans, most of whom do drive somewhere or other. But gas has come down, 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 and now gas is 5% lower than it was a year ago. And again, relative to wages, which is this gray line, it's essentially unchanged. And I would also say, if you look at gas prices over the last 40 years and adjusted for inflation, they're only about average now. I know that may surprise Americans, but that's true. Even better news, if you are flying to grandma's house, it is actually going to be cheaper in actual terms than it was a year ago. Airfares are now below where they were back in November of 19. And so that is good news for travelers as well.
Okay, there are a few people who've gotten their Christmas shopping done already. Have you?
Are you one of them, Mika?
I do. I always get it done before Thanksgiving. Is that weird?
It's really impressive.
Yeah, no, it's no,
yeah, a little bit.
I need to get it done.
Okay.
So, but are we going to see like massive costs at Christmas when you're trying to buy presents, clothes, gift certificates, or is there going to be some respite for shoppers during the holidays?
Yes, Mika. Again, good news on prices. The prices for a lot of things that people buy are coming down this year compared to last year. So again, you start with people, average wage up 4.4%. All these different categories are going to cost less relative to wages, and in most cases, less in absolute terms than they cost last year. Smartphones, towels and sheets, appliances, TVs, all these things down anywhere from 2.5% to 12%. And again, for some of these things, it's a return from COVID increases. But interestingly, for electronics like television sets and computers, those prices also went down last year. And smartphones have gone down for 2 straight years. So much lower prices for the kinds of things people often buy around this time of the holiday. And then lastly, this doesn't count discounting. And you're going to see, we believe we're going to see a lot of discounting. Inventories are pretty full. Sales are a little bit slow. So you could see discounts as high as 35% on toys, 30% on electronics, things like that. And so also good news for holiday shoppers.
Yeah, maybe in some ways the way the economy feels will catch up with the data that we're seeing. Morning Joe economic analyst Steve Ratner, thank you very much for your charts. Have a great Thanksgiving. Always good to see you. And coming